It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building. I'll be breaking down Yair Rodriguez versus Max Holloway. Really dope fight. Can't wait for it. A great main event. You know, they were punishing us for a little bit before, Abu Dhabi, UFC 267, UFC 268. Before that, they gave us Aspen Ladd versus Dumont, which I protested and successfully protested. Before that, I think Anthony Smith versus Spawn. Before that, just a whole bunch of just killing killing us with the main events. They tried to give us if they would have just manned up and just gave us that Andre Arlovsky card versus fucking Carlos Felipe as the main event. Yeah, and they gave us Marina Rodriguez versus Mackenzie Dern. They really tried to kill us, but obviously we stayed tough. We survived those fucking cards, but now here are the good cards. I mean, this card in itself is a great card, but we're only here to talk about the main event. The main event, I don't really see a storyline going into this. Usually that's how I, structure these videos. I talk about the storyline. There's not really much to talk about. I mean, Max is coming off probably one of his best performances of his career, and Yair hasn't fought in 2 years. Potentially a few years back when Max was champion, Yair was coming up, and we had a lot of hype. I thought this was a matchup we could see in the future, maybe for a belt, if Yair could, work his way up and potentially get that title shot. But because I think Yair matches up, beautifully against Max Holloway. I know a lot of people don't agree with me on this one, but if you've been following me on Twitter and or IG, you kind of know where I'm leaning towards. But I won't say nothing yet. But yeah, I thought this might happen, but stylistically. In terms of the rankings, I was gonna say in terms of their styles, it just didn't work out. Yair lost to Frankie, and then obviously Yair's been going through this 2 years USADA suspension. Featherweight, man, I could talk about it endless, but my boy Ed says it best. I feel like he's probably the first one I really heard say it. But featherweight is just inactive. The top contenders aren't fighting, and you got this fucking logjam of Max and Volk and Ortega. That's what it seems like. Those three guys have seemed like they've been fighting for the belt for a minute, and Ortega took a 2-year break, and he got right back to the belt, Obviously he fought Zombie, but right after that he gets the title shot. So it felt like, Yair, Zabit, these guys, I know Zabit's been inactive as hell, but it feels like they haven't really fought the top competition, and same thing with Yair. But Yair, he's in a different situation where he's taken 2 years off. He's hated on the Twitter space for no reason. He's probably one of the most fun fight. I mean, when I was watching tape on both of these guys, I had a lot of fun watching it. I was obviously it hurt me watching what happened to Cater, but because I'm a Cater fan. But Yair, he's always a fun fighter to watch. I think he has such underrated fights. He has great bangers, and it's a pretty good resume. And I don't think he gets enough respect. But besides that, obviously, let's talk about the stats. In terms of the rankings, let's see where these guys are ranked. Obviously, we all know Max is number 1, but I want to see where they have Yair. I forgot. Somewhere like 3 or 5, I think, right? But if we look at featherweight, Yair Rodriguez is number 3, and Max is number 1, the number 1 contender of the world. Not Yair. Max comes in with a record of 22-6, fights out of Hawaii, age 29, a height of 5'11", and a reach of 69. Does he have them Cody Garbrandt arms? Wait, hold up. I feel like Cody Garbrandt got 65, right? Wait, hold up. He don't got them Cody Garbrandt arms, right? Ain't no way. Does he got them Cody Garbrandt arms? Or he might have them Peter Yan arms. Let me look at, where's Cody? Where's Cody Garbrandt? Cody No Love Garbrandt right here, yeah. No. I don't know why I just went on that diatribe, but I just got to see this. Cody Garbrandt, yes, 65.5. That's wild. He only has 3 more than Cody. Yo, Cody got small, like T-Rex arms. That is nuts. That is wild. I didn't know that. Max got a really small reach, and obviously he's a featherweight, so it's not that big of a deal. But he doesn't look like he got small T-Rex arms though. When I look at him, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, and then if we look at Yair with a record of 13-2, is fighting at Chicago, Illinois, age 29, a height of 5'11", and a reach of 71. It's crazy, he's 5'11" with that kind of reach. But Yeah, it's not a big reach advantage for Yair, but it is a reach advantage. Stylistically, I mean, this is a great fight. But if we look at notable wins for both guys, if we look at Max's resume, I mean, the guy has a tremendous resume. I mean, you look at what he's accomplished. He does have a real argument in that pound for pound all-time featherweight GOAT list. Obviously, I still have my boy Aldo in there over Max, but, man, you can make a debate, man. He's really, like, he won roughshod. Look at the names he's beaten. I mean, obviously he does have some losses to Dustin Poirier, Dennis Bermudez, Conor McGregor, but beating Andre Fili, Cub Swanson, Charles Oliveira, Jeremy Stevens, Ricardo Lamas, Anthony Pettis, Jose Aldo twice. Then Brian Ortega, he did lose to Dustin Poirier again in the rematch, then beat Frankie Edgar in a subpar fight, in my humble opinion. Then he had that fight with Alexander Volkanovski, got 5-0'd. Might have potentially won the fifth round, though, if I give him that. But, I mean, 5-0'd. 5-0, that was crazy. I picked Volk, but, like, man, and me, I wanted revenge, because obviously Max wasn't disrespectful to Frankie, but, man, Max's fans were so, it pissed me off. Obviously, y'all know me, I picked Frankie. I'm not going to lie, I picked Frankie to beat Max, but he's my boy. That's probably one of my biggest problems. Like, I'm a little too, I pick when I shouldn't pick against, or I should pick against some of my favorite fighters when I know they might lose, but I just was like, no, fuck it. I'm team Frankie. But he had a chance. I do believe Frankie, going into that, you can make a real debate. Oh man, the wrestling, this and that, you could say he had a chance. But just his fans, they were making posts like, I remember this, dude, it was crazy. They were saying, like, comparing their kids and saying, oh man, Max is a better fighter and his kids got more drip than Frankie's kids. And then they showed Rush, right? Max's son just happy and Frankie's son just crying. And I was like, you know what, bitch ass niggas? You know what, you punks? I got a name. I got a guy in the corner named Volk. And y'all think Volk just came out the woodworks to beat this man? My boy Chad Money Mendez and Frankie, they teamed up. They was like, you know what, this motherfucker Hawaiian, he beating us wrestlers, man. He's whooping the wrestlers. So we got to make a special person. Chad Money Mendez and Frankie combined, they made Volkanovski, and he was the best of both worlds. And he took out that punk-ass Max Holloway, and the fanboys was sad. They don't like talking about this first fight. They hate talking about this first fight, how they boy just got outclassed. A lot of people don't talk about this, but Max Holloway was originally, he started off Muay Thai and kickboxing as his background, but he noticed he was getting taken down a lot using his kicks, right? So he went away from it, and Volkanovski found a hole that, hey, this guy doesn't really check a lot of kicks. He just kind of eats them. Jose Aldo was able to kind of exploit that in the second fight in the first round, but then he strayed away from it because he got into such a boxing fight, basically, right? But then Volk was able to take advantage of that and just abuse that leg. And the way Volk was able to go from leg kicks to punches, I mean, he was so good in the pocket, leaving the... Oh, someone's calling me right now. I'll hang it up. Yeah, someone was calling me. But y'all see this. But yeah, he was so good at leaving the pocket and stuff like that, and landing that leg kick and landing punches. He looked so good. And then in that second fight, Max duped Volk. He tricked him. He tricked everybody. He came in with a Muay Thai mentality, and I mean, it was nuts. It was crazy. I was shocked. That second fight was too close. Obviously, I think Volk won. When I first watched, I was like, damn, maybe Volk lost that one. But when I rewatched it again, I thought Volk won that fight. I think rewatching it, seeing how Volk, that third round was very, very close, in my humble opinion. But it's crazy that on the judges' scorecard, it was really the deciding factor was the fifth round, which was nuts. And, I felt like that last takedown, edged it for Volk. But yeah, I mean, it was a really, really close, razor close fight. And then he fights Calvin Kattar, and I doubted him, y'all, and I picked Kattar, and he went out there and fucking put on a masterclass. Rewatching it is, oh my god, I forgot what he did to Kattar on the low. Now I know why Kattar's been out for a year. It's rested. But I mean, dude, this is nuts. This is wild. He fucking murdered Kattar in there. He murdered him. Oh my god, bro. Like, He murdered Cater, y'all. I don't think y'all realize what I'm saying. He murdered him. He murdered him, y'all. I ain't ever seen someone get done like that. Never in my life. In that octagon, never. I'm being 100% honest. Name me a guy that got completely outboxed and out. I mean, obviously, I feel like the reason why Max was able to land so many punches is that he landed kicks with them. So it kind of fucked with Cater and elbows. A lot of people don't remember that. And Max didn't really hurt him to the face. Obviously, the elbows hurt. But where he hurt Cater was to the body and then those head kicks he landed. And it was just fucking, it was nasty. In that 5th round, he fucking annihilated my boy, mocked him, and didn't pay attention to him. And, dude, it was heartbreaking. It was really heartbreaking to see Cater get treated like that. But, hey, now I know what Brian Ortega fans feel like. So I understand their pain now. But, yeah, man, Yair. Let's talk about Yair. I mean, Yair has accomplished so much. I mean, dude, I give him a lot of credit, man. He's went through a lot, you know, as a fighter that should be promoted. To think that, like, guys like Yair and some other guys, like Hype Trains, I don't know, they're just leaving my head right now. But just if we can bring up a Hype Train, right, you would think Yair would get that same company backing, right? 2 fights, he gets a title shot. But instead, I personally feel like Dana White doesn't like him. After the, you know, situation with Zabit, right, and him not taking those fights. But let's really talk. I think they did like him at one point. But look at the wins he got. Charles Rosa, Dan Hooker, Andre Fili, Alex Caceres, which is insane. He went to a split decision with him. BJ Penn, obviously. It was, when he first did it, it was crazy. It was, you got to understand, BJ was coming back, right? We were like, oh, man, BJ's going, maybe he might do his thing. And, dude, he got lit up. That was the first time we were just starting to realize BJ just, this ain't, it's a wrap, bro. It's not for you no more. But then he fought my boy Frankie Edgar, and Frankie ended all that hype very violently and very, like, it's the best wrestling clinic I've ever seen Frankie put on. I mean, it was just, it was a masterclass. I mean, it was one of those things where it's like, hey, kiddo, sit down. You know, it's one of those situations, just like, this is why I get so happy for vets that beat the young guy, right? Sometimes, where it's like, the vet is just like, slow down. Your time will come, but it's my time now. You know, and it's just that mentality, like, you're not going to take something I've been working for my whole life. You just got here, punk, right? You know, wait your fucking turn, you know? And he did it. But I gained respect for Yair after this. He stayed super tough, right? And he got blasted on social media, just people laughing at him like, oh, you think you're so slick, this and that. Now you got humbled by Frankie. But I remember Frankie had said in an interview, he said, even though I beat that kid, I still think that kid's like really, really good. And it shows. I mean, his fight with Zombie on short notice, by the way. I picked Zombie, and I like Zombie. Don't get even twisted. But the way people talk about this fight, they're acting like Zombie dominated the fight. This was a very, very close fight. This was very competitive. Now, if it went to the Georgia scorecards, I think it would be 48-47 Zombie, right? But, I mean, this was a very close fight. Yair was landing shots. Beautiful body kicks, and just he lands beautiful body kicks, and just had very, very good pinpoint counter striking. The only problem with him is that he let Zombie pressure him too much, but he stayed super, super tough. He's durable, and he's able to take his shots. People don't realize that. He took Zombie's shot, and you see what Zombie does to people. He freezes them, right? You see how he hits people. It's just over. But obviously, he got the elbow in, and after that, I was like, you know, this kid's good. He's a good fighter. I gotta give him his credit. He's a good fighter. But then he fought Jeremy Stevens, and I kind of started to feel some type of way about him in this first fight. I mean, he poked him in the eye. It's blatant, right? It's super blatant what happened that day. Jeremy can't see. Jeremy is, I don't care what anyone says now. I know Jeremy's on a losing streak. Jeremy to this day will always be a gangster, a G, for what he did to Josh Emmett. I don't care what nobody says. Josh Emmett was number 4 in the world at the time. Knocked out Ricardo Lamas out of nowhere. Everyone was like, Josh Emmett this, Josh Emmett that. Jeremy Stevens rolled in that motherfucking octagon like a gangster and fucking lit Josh Emmett up like a motherfucking blunt. Y'all hear me? He lit him up like a blunt. All right? He cooked him. He cooked him. So he'll forever be a motherfucking G for that. Put some fucking respect on Jeremy Stevens' name. I don't care how many times he fucking loses. He's still a motherfucking G, right? And I did not like how Yair reacted. I was like, kiddo, he's young. So I was like, you know what? Maybe he's young and, he really wanted to fight. You got to understand, he got amped up. These guys, man, this was fucking cool, blood. Like, the way these guys were coming out, super, super intense. They were ready to fight. It wasn't like they hated each other. It was just like, I want to fucking beat you up, And that's how it was. It was super intense. But then after this, it created a story arc and made the second fight even better because now they really disliked each other. Because then, if you remember, Yair kind of confronted Jeremy after a fight in the hallways when Jeremy literally had fucking tape on his eye. Tape on his motherfucking eye. Like fucking tape and, not tape, but like, fucking medical shit, medical bandages and tape on his motherfucker. Like, why would he fake that? Like, what is that? I didn't get where Yair was. And then I remember when he called, he was talking shit to Bisping too during the post fight. If you remember that, and if you know, you know what I'm saying. But it was funny. It was really funny. But then he fights Jeremy. It's his last fight in 2019. It's been 2 years now, so it's been a long time since he's fought. Clinical performance by Yair. The first 2 rounds were great for him. He knew how to manage distance. He attacked the body really well. But this is when I had the ultimate respect for Jeremy, and I guess almost like a story arc moment where everything came full circle. Because if you remember, Jeremy had just got 2 fights ago got finished to the body by Jose Aldo, right? The same situation happens to Yair. He could have done what he did against Aldo, curled up and just is like, enough is enough, right? Instead, this motherfucker was like, not again. He took so much damage, y'all, in the ground and pound. That fight could have been stopped. Honestly, it could have been stopped. But he was like, no, I'm not going out like this again. I will not go out like this again. That's why Jeremy's a G to me for life. But it was just one of those things, young age kid fighting a vet. And the vet just had to give it up to the young lion at this point because, Yair went through it with Frankie. But also his story arc was that I'm not losing to another older guy anymore. I need to fight for that belt one day. But the only thing that really concerned me was that 3rd round. Obviously, we got to talk about Jeremy took him down. He held him down there, and he was able to take advantage of that. But Yair has been blessed. The MMA gods blessed him today because now he gets a striking fight against the number 1 guy in the world. I don't think Max shot a takedown on Calvin Kattar, but I don't think Max will use a wrestling game plan against the Yair. I was shocked, though, when Corey Sandhagen did it because I remember in my breakdown I told you there's no way in hell Corey's going to shoot a fucking takedown on Peter. You remember that? I think, or I might have said that. Well, actually, he did against TJ. But I said, he's not going to do it again because that's dumb. But he did it, and he actually got a takedown. So I give credit to Corey for getting his wrestling a lot better. Because I know you guys get mad at me for I did shit on him. I did shit on him now. But hey, I just had to silence them Sandhagen, them fucking hippie punk fans. It is what it is. But yeah, he's been blessed. But if Yair gets past Max, I think he might. Yeah, it's great for him. But if he fights Volkanovski, y'all, listen, I like Yair. I like Volk. But I don't like seeing rape. You know what I'm saying? That will be rapage. Volk would murder him, y'all. Know that. If I'm Yair, if I'm his manager, hey, let's take 2 years. Let's figure out this wrestling thing. Let's take, let's fight someone else. Maybe get ready. Maybe we run it back with Frankie. You know what I'm saying? We can't fight this motherfucker now. But stylistically, it's one of those fights where I think Yair wins this. I have a weird feeling Yair's gonna fucking humble this dude. I honestly think Calvin Kattar got almost shell shocked because of the body kicks, the spinning heel kicks, and the elbows. I don't think it was Max's boxing necessarily that really shell shocked him. When he got hit with that head kick, he was out of there. I think he was stunned. I think he was stunned the whole fight, and he became a body bag. Yair is a kickboxer. He does this. He lives this. So he's going to be ready for Max. And I know he watches the Volkanovski fight. He's going to chop them legs off, y'all. he's gonna chop them motherfucking legs off. Now, yeah, I don't get it twisted. Max can come out here, prove me wrong, make me look like a dummy, and fucking just box him up and destroy Yair. But Yair got great kicks to the body, and he got great kicks to the legs. And I know some people, even my boy Fuego, thinks it might be like a body kick TKO. I think Yair is gonna set up those kicks in the first 2 rounds. I think he's gonna clip him with a head kick. And I think he's going to get him out of there in the third. I'm actually predicting Yair Rodriguez by 3rd round TKO in this fight. I know some people are like, yo, you are nuts. You are different, man. You crazy. But I just personally feel like, yeah, Max Holloway has fought better competition. But stylistically, I think maybe Max might have the better hands. But Yair's the longer fighter. And Yair isn't Brian Ortega. He doesn't just shell up and take a lot of damage. Like, besides against Frankie and a little bit against Zombie, doesn't take a lot of damage. I'm just being honest. So, I think Yair's going to get this done with the leg kicks and the body kicks, and he sets it up to the head. I think the only problem I see is that if Yair starts throwing naked leg kicks and naked body kicks, and then if Max gets in his grill and throws that 1-2 or counter 2, he might clip him. But Yair has a good chin, so he might clip him and just might beat him up a little bit. But I got to take Yair by 3rd round TKO. I think he's going to humble a lot of these Max Boy fans. I think he's going to get this one back from my boy Cater. And, yeah, I told y'all, man, I got Hitman. Maybe my boys can't beat these bums. But then I call in the Hitman. It's like, hey, homeboy, I need y'all to take care of this Max Holloway dude. I need y'all to take care of him because he's been talking that mess. He's been messing up my boys. And, they say it best. Revenge is served best cold, and this will be a cold Saturday. You already know it's the winter time. Yair by 3rd round TKO. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do not forget to follow me on my Twitter, my Instagram. You already know that. Like, comment, share the video. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing, y'all. And yeah, go click the notification button also to get all my notifications, to know if I'm, dropping any videos and stuff like that, breaking news, breakdowns, full card predictions. I do it all. Love y'all and goodbye. It's your boy eBay. I'm out of here.
Lo toca pinche mierda el puto.